Hello and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a lovely day. We are back with MAZZEL because the dance practice dropped for Strawberry. So we are going to do the dance practice for Strawberry, and we are also going to do a live performance from the first arena tour 2026. Hopefully it won't get blocked. If there is something blocked, I'll have to put something on top of the video. Just be aware about that. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go. By the way, as always, we will do the whole run and then we'll go little by little, just so we know. Nice touch. That's such a nice touch. We'll have to check that part for sure. Yay! Strawberry! It's so fun. I think it's a very fun choreo. It's not extremely complicated, but it still has a few things that I would like to point out, I suppose. As always, just in case I always forget, I always have the list of the members here now because they were in the cap, blah blah blah. We know. I'll try my best. So, let's go back. By the way, I like the fact that he is wearing the pink sweatshirt, like the hoodie, because it feels, you know, very strawberry. That's very nice. This is very nice, and I'm going to tell you why. So obviously, as we were, I don't know if it was in this dance practice or if it was in a different dance practice. I think it was in AT's dance practice. But I mentioned that obviously, right, it depends of the formation that you are doing. Most of the time, you will have a left, a right, and then a center, kind of a thing, right? And usually, left does movements to one side. If it has to be related to moving only one extremity, and then the other side of the choreo does the other, right? And then the center tends to do one or the other. That's usually the most common situation. In this case, we obviously we are going to call left and right depending on how we are watching it. So as we are watching it, this is the left, this is the right, and then obviously we have the center, right? So left is not extending, but moving their right leg. Here we have the left. Also, have you noticed how they are also creating levels, because they are going lower than these members on the far of the formation kind of thing. We cannot fully see the back, but it makes sense. At the end of the day, this is blocking, so it's normal. But it's a very nice gesture. And then we have the center, who is not doing either left or right. Left or right, yeah. I'm going to get confused now. He's doing his own thing. So that also gives a different taste and a different visual choreography. I loved this internally before because this is a little bit fast on the feet and the legs movements because of how the song it is, right? So you could cut some of the members being a little bit slower than others, doing some of the movements. Nothing bad, that's normal. Could it be cleaner? Probably it could be cleaner, but there is nothing wrong with it. When we try to do a very fast choreo, it's complicated. I love that way to leave the scene there. See, then they separate, 2 to the left, 1 to the right, to also join the choreo on the left. You have some poppings there. Very nice. Very, very bubbly, very energetic, very good feeling, if you wish. Again, very fast. I think I love this formation for them. I think it's very, very good. Look at the different way to move the head. Very central. Obviously, he is also the one singing at the point. But very nice. By the way, in this choreo, you can see a lot of Eiki, the way that he's moving. He has more flexibility than some other members. Or at least the way that he's doing the movements. Love that he is moving his hips, and then the rest of the members are moving their hands. It's a very good visual effect. See how fast that was? And we saw this, right, on the dance performance. We spoke about this, how it's almost like a conversation, right? And they are talking one to each other, and they are moving and reacting depending on what the other is doing. And we see here the rest of the members doing the same. We have 4 people on one side, and then we have 2 people on the other. Very nice effect. Look at that. And also makes sense. Funny that he is not doing the same with the arm, because he's joining in. Have you noticed how Aiki does this move a little bit different than some of the members? Not this one. This. He moves his hips quite a lot more than, for example, them. Not bad, something, a small difference that I noticed earlier, I keep noticing. Hello, sir. Look at that way to go back into position. Very smart, very nice, love that. Okay, let me see those because we said it before that we had to look into them. Okay, so he's going to his left. Just know that usually doing a turn to the left is more complicated than doing a turn to... I'm just thinking... Right now, I don't know. I'm trying to imagine myself dancing again and what was more complicated or easier, but I just cannot remember. But the way they approached those turns, both of them was different. Also, Ran gave more turns, I believe. And Takuto... Yeah. But see, they did it in a different way. Run was a little bit... Let me try to slow it down a little. Oh, no, that's the quality, Andrea. Let's slow it down a little bit. So, if we look only at Run's feet, right? Oh. See that he was like almost like tiptoeing, right? Making those turns. That's how he's doing that turn. Let's go look into that again. Okay? And then we have Takuto that does something different. Takuto has his leg quite open and then turns, right? So he goes like a small step, bigger step with this, his legs open and in position. So that's an interesting difference. There we go to normal. Very nice. I liked it. Now, let's go to this live performance. I want to stop. Well, I might stop trying to avoid blocked, but whatever. Why so aggressive though? I love the jacket. I'm sorry, but they sound so good live. They have always been so good. Oh my gosh. fits so well, this. Such a good contrast there between Seito and, oh my god, and Naoya. Beautiful contrast. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Something very interesting, and I noticed on the dance practice, and I forgot to mention it, but now that we are seeing it live, it's easier to see. Usually when you are doing a choreo for a group, right, the person who is singing or rapping at that time is usually at the center of the formation. I don't care how the formation it is. If maybe the formation is on a straight line, then it doesn't make sense, right? It could be. But here, for example, right, we have somewhat like a triangle, right? So we have three members, one in the center, and then one at the back, join the block, right? So we see in the center, we have run at the top, like at the front of the formation, but we have Kairyu singing. So that's a little bit different. It's very interesting that they chose to do it that way. And I think it's seen in other moments of the choreography. So it's very nice. It's very interesting, you know. Who have thought about that? And here we go from the back that Hayato was to the front. That was so playful. Whoa, let me look at that. Did you see that? Takuto approached that in a different way that he did in the dance practice. So if we go to the dance practice, let's go try to find that again. Okay, so we had the two versions, right? We have run there. Did you see that? The way that he stand up and did that? Pretty normal way to stand up, right? But if we go here to this version, that's more or less the same, right? That's pretty much the same that we saw on the dance practice. But then, did you see the way that he stood up? He's on the floor. He's doing floor work to move up high. So he didn't really do any turn. That's a very interesting way to approach it. I would like to know if there were a specific reason why he changed that step. Because it could be that there is a specific reason why he changed that step. Maybe it wasn't the best for him to control his body while doing live performances. But yeah, I like that. It still looks very cool. Seriously, the contrast between those. Sir. Love it. I love it. I love the contrast. Let me put this one again, just because, guys. Let's put it that way. I love the contrast on the song in the different members. I love it. I love it. For me, one of the biggest contrasts, and obviously you notice it more because there are steps on the choreography that make you see it more, and it is that step between Seito and Naoya, and then obviously you cannot stop seeing it, kind of thing. Also because Seito starts very aggressive, right? he starts very aggressive, and in the normal studio version is not as aggressive. Like, you know, it's deep, right, and almost like routing, but it's not that aggressive. But if we go to this version, to the live version, right, he's growling even more, and then that expression in his face, you know, it's very aggressive, right? And then we go to My Poor Baby. He sounds so soft and so playful. He sounds naughty in a good way, right, guys? I'm just talking about playfulness. And also the expressions that he's doing during the live performance are very playful, same that he's doing on the dance practices. So then when they come against each other, where were we? Let's try to find it. This is there we go. So look at that expression, right? Smiling, cheeky, beautiful. And then we have Seito's expression being not rigid, right? But more aggressive, more deep, more... Again, we are back on the routing kind of stuff. Love the contrast. And then, again, you keep noticing after how we move. I think there's a few instances where... Seito's and Rand's, I think it was around here. Let me go back. See, I knew I saw it again. Look at the difference that we have there on our styles. Again, Naoya is smiling, being cheeky, providing that playfulness of the song, right? And then we have this, we have that MF, right? Coming in, routing. It's such a contrast. To go back to the cheeky moment. You know, fits perfect. I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm in love with this. I'm so glad we watched this. I'm a little bit mad because they uploaded this 4 days ago. When did I upload? Let me check. When did I upload the reaction? Because I cannot remember. I've been quite packed uploading this kind of stuff. 5 days ago. So they released this a day after I uploaded the other video. It happens, you know. This is what it happens. I hope that you liked it. I enjoyed it very much. And thank you for always staying with me. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.